Yo, what up? We back with another edition of Sports Betting with Wes. And before we get started on tonight's bets, let's talk about last night's bets. Starting with Brooklyn, covered that negative 5.5 to Washington, like I said, 121 to 113. The Bucks covered that negative 7 to Memphis, like I said, 115 to 131. Boston covered that negative 9.5 to Toronto, like I said, 101 to 115. Tatum covered that double double, like I said. Charlotte covered that negative 3.5 to the Timberwolves, like I said, 122 to 108. OKC covered that negative 24 to Utah, like I said, 111 to 146. Clippers covered that negative 13 to Sacramento, like I said, 138 to 109. And Golden State covered that 3.5 that they were getting from Houston, like I said, 116 to 117. And as far as everything else, did not happen. Like I said, the Cavs did not cover that negative 15.5 to the Pacers. 107 and 108, 117 and 108. They only won by 9. Orlando did not cover that negative 6 to the Pelicans, 112 to 108. And the Lakers did not cover that negative 1.5. They were giving up to Dallas, losing 128 to 134. Oh, and Houston also did not cover that negative. Actually, we had Golden State, so Golden State covered that 3.5 to Houston, like we said. Yeah. Now on to tonight's games. We got New York getting 1.5 from Atlanta. I'm gonna take New York. The over and under is 227. I'm gonna go with the over, and I'm also going to bet on Cat giving me a double double. Next, we got Detroit giving up 3.5 to Orlando. I'm gonna take Detroit. Over and under is 222.5. I'm gonna go with the over. Um, Next, the Cavs are giving up 15.5 to Memphis, and I'm gonna go with the Cavs. Now, the Cavs barely pulled that. The Cavs didn't even cover that 15.5 to the Pacers yesterday. They giving them another 15.5 to Memphis. And Memphis is worse than the Pacers. The Cavs big men were out yesterday. I'm gonna go with Memphis with the 15.5. See what happens. Nah, I can't do it. I'm gonna go with the Cavs. We going with the Cavs the 15.5. Hopefully they pull through for us tonight. They didn't do it last night against beat up Indiana. Hopefully they do it against Memphis. I really think we should go with Memphis actually. All right, for the final answer is going to be Memphis with the 15.5. Over and under 234.5. I'm not going to touch it. Next, we got the 76ers getting. Let me put my final answer down so I can remember. Final answer was Memphis. Next, we got 76ers getting 8.5 from the Spurs. I go with the Spurs. And I'm also going to bet on Wemby to give me a double double. Over and under is 236.5. I'll go with the over. Then we got Portland giving up 7.5 to Denver. I'm gonna go with Denver. I'm also going to bet on Jokic to give me a double double. The over and under is 238.5. I'm not going to touch it. Next, Miami is getting 2.5 from Toronto, and I like Toronto. The over and under is 238.5. Not going to touch the over and under. Moving on, we got a good one. This should be a tough one. Charlotte is getting 6.5 from Boston. I like Boston. And I'm also going to bet on Tatum to give me a double double. Over and under is 220.5. I'm going to bet on the over. Then we got Dallas getting 11 from the Clippers. I'm going to take the Clippers. Over and under is 235.5. I'm not going to touch it. Then we got OKC giving up 14.5 to the Lakers. No Luka Doncic. 14.5 points though for LeBron James. Is that enough? This is a tough one. I should have thought of this one before I shot the video. I'm gonna go with OKC to win by at least 15. Over and under 224. I'm not going to touch it. And last but not least, Houston is giving up 1 point to Phoenix. And I'm going to go with Houston. Over and under is 218. I'm going to go with the over. That concludes our bets. Good luck on your tickets. And until we sit down and talk about it tomorrow, peace.